Hey guys, doing another quick Minecraft Dungeons video because I didn't see anybody really talking about this, and it's a really useful topic, and it's all about these fireworks arrows. There's a lot of synergies and a lot of use that you can get out of it that isn't necessarily immediately apparent while playing the game that really need to be discussed. The first thing that is super important to know about fire rocket arrows is that if you're using a bow that you can charge up a shot, you're going to want to charge up that shot. You can end up doing well over double the amount of damage by doing it this way. Obviously, this means that crossbows don't get the bonus damage, but crossbows have their own uses that I will cover later in the video. And the first thing that I really want to talk about when it comes to the firework arrows is the sort of utility that you can get with it. You can put different enchants on it to make it a lot more practical, because these are supposed to be sort of a crowd control sort of artifact, but the main issue is that you only get one shot, one arrow, right? Well, no, actually. The first, probably most useful enchant that you can actually get is the infinity enchant. If infinity procs when you fire your fireworks arrow, you actually get to fire it a second time, and if it procs again, then you can fire it a third and a fourth and a fifth. I think the highest number of consecutive shots I was able to get off was 8, and also once you fire the first shot, it goes on cooldown again. So you can end up firing, and then your infinity stops proccing, but the cooldown on it would have already reset in time, so then you get to just fire even more. Another useful thing about it is that the area of effect damage can actually apply different effects. For example, it's able to apply Wild Rage. I know this for a fact because I tested it. The other things such as like Tempo Theft, Gravity, Poison Cloud, Radiant Shot, all that stuff, I haven't tested out yet necessarily, but assuming that Wild Rage works, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. If you know for facts, then just let me know in the comments below. But that's sort of like the utility function of it. The next most important thing about this sort of weapon is the multi-shot capability. So you don't only have to fire off the first rocket, and this is why I said crossbows are really, really good with it, even though you're not getting the full charge damage. Because with this scatter crossbow, that 3 range damage, when it fires off 3 shots, all 3 of those turn into rocket shots. The same with like the harp crossbow, when it fires off 5, all of those turn into additional rockets. And it doesn't stop there. This also applies on the bonus shot enchant. It applies with multi-shot, which, by the way, in case you didn't know, when you fire off these scatter crossbows, every single, like one of all 3 arrows has the chance to proc multi-shot. So you can just end up getting like 25 rocket arrows going off at one shot if you get like godlike RNG. Chain reactions also able to proc. Just really, really good for clearing out even more area, like for dealing out even more area of effect damage. And then going into how to increase the damage of this even more. So the rocket arrows, they don't add on whatever the bow damage is. So it's not going to add on this 1100 damage on top of the 43. It's just going to do the 43 range damage, but you're still able to boost that. Like I said, by charging it up, you're going to increase the damage. Other ways to increase it is using hunter armor, or even just armor that has a 20% weapon damage boost aura. All of those increase the damage of the fireworks rocket. Other things that work is supercharge. So just charging up normally increases the damage, and then supercharge adds on even more to that. Growing actually has an effect on the rockets themselves. And I'm assuming power works as well, but I don't have a power bow on me at the moment, so I wasn't able to confirm this. But considering everything else does, yeah. Important things to note that don't work with the firework rockets is that ricochet, it doesn't bounce. Piercing doesn't pierce. The trick bow, where it's able to like track the targets and hit other ones, that doesn't function. And the most important thing to note is fuse shot, Fuse shot does not work with this weapon. Like fuse shot, don't use it. It's probably the worst enchant to run if you're doing a fireworks build, because when you fire all of the shots, and then once it's going to be that fifth, fourth, or third shot, depending on your level of enchant, if you use a firework rocket on that, it ends up not firing the fuse shot and resetting the timer. So you have to fire those additional shots before you're able to get it again. So either keep in mind and count your shots when using it, or do less effort and just don't use the enchant. Other things that were untested appears on the screen, but again, considering everything else works, minus the things I just stated, I'm pretty sure they're going to function for you. So yeah, don't want to waste too much of your time, so have a nice day. Bye. Oh yeah, I don't know why I always forget to do the YouTube thing, but like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, and my Twitch is linked in the description, so check that out. Okay, bye for real.